Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. I'm Rochelle Marie Lawson, and I am the owner and founder of Blissful Living for You. And I have a great discussion tonight. And so, before we get started, two things I want to say is if you like the show, please subscribe to the show so you can get advanced notifications of the show. And I'm going to allow our panelists and my co host to introduce themselves. So, Dr. Kim, why don't you start with the introduction of
All
yourself?
right. All right. All right. I'm the co host for Real Talk with Rochelle Marie Lawson. I am Dr. Kim Brown Barber, better known as Dr. Kim. I'm the CEO for Journey to Becoming because life is truly a journey and we want to keep on moving with it so that we can be able to glean even along the way, not only to the goal, but gleaning along the way in the journey. So I'm happy to be here. It's always a great time to be able to do the Real Talk show. So we're looking forward to an awesome time. So we'll pass it to our guest.
Angel. Let's
All
go with
I
right.
you.
was looking right at her. I was looking right at her. I promise you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm Angel B. Hartwell. I am the executive producer and host of the number one internationally ranked, four-time award-winning Wickedly Smart Women podcast. And I'm also the founder and creative director for the Creative Age Consulting Group. And I'm really honored to be here and to get back together with you, Rochelle. It's such a pleasure to have some real talk.
Oh, I love, oh, girl. All right, now, Miss Risa.
Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. My name is Sarasa Michelle Cooper, and I'm the owner and founder of Curated by Confidence, which is my coaching business, confidence coaching business. I'm also a first time author, and the name of my book is called A Course in Confidence. And I'm just happy to be here. My practice is all about reminding ladies that, hey, he may be the catch, but you, my dear, are the prize. Let's not forget it. Glad to
Oh, I
be here.
love it. I love it. Ooh, go, girl. All right, Lisa Marie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Marie Thomas. I am a survivor of sex trafficking, and I'm also an author and entrepreneur. I have published two of my own books of my memoirs. The names are Turned Out and When God Let Me Speak. And I'm hoping to get a message out to a lot of other women and prevent sex trafficking in the future. So it's an honor for me to be here as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
So, you guys, there we have it. We have a really dynamic panelists tonight. Ladies, we're going to be talking about the entertainment industry and media. And so I sent out the talk title and topic, but I just want to go over it with you right now and just so we can just jump into the conversation because this time is going to go by fast.
Yes, it does.
So the topic tonight is entertainment and media, created culture or following it. The role and impact of our larger entertainment and media systems have long been a source of lively discussion in America. Since the advent of the radio, then television, then cable, now the internet, there have always been groups of people asking questions about what these advances in technology will mean for life in the US and if any cautions or guidelines should be embraced to ensure their productive use. How do we consume entertainment and what is its impact that we've experienced personally or in our communities, particularly how it affects us women? What are your perspectives on entertainment and media issues? And so that's the topic of discussion tonight. And what I really want to do is break it down because this is something really near and dear. And any of you ladies out there that are watching us or that will see us, take this information in this dialogue that we're going to have tonight to heart because if you have young women, daughters, granddaughters, nieces, girlfriends, girls, whatever, you're going to want to really pay attention to what we talk about and what we bring out, especially with our diverse group of panelists tonight. So my first question, ladies, that I want to ask you is how do you think the media and entertainment industry portrays us women in general? And Angel, I want to start with you. What are your thoughts with how do you think they portray us?
Well, I think that women are mostly portrayed as objects. Women in general have been sexualized. They have been placed in positions to do two things. One, to mold the cultural mindset around how you need to show up as a woman. And also, too, to be utilized as what I like to call cosmic bait to inspire people to either buy or consume content. And it has been progressively, in my opinion, becoming more and more problematic for women everywhere, not just in the United States.
Ah, I love it. And you're so right. So we may have viewers watching us around the world. We do tend to do have followers and viewers down in down under in Australia and in the UK as well. So yes, this is a conversation for any woman in the world. Now, Ressa, tell me, what are your thoughts with regards to how the media and the entertainment industry portrays us in general?
I actually very much agree with Angel. We as women are very much objectified. And I come from the millennial generation. I'm an older millennial. I'm 35. So I was born in 86. So I remember not having, internet and all of those things, even though I grew up in that age. And I will say that I see it more now with the internet. Women are definitely forced into a position where they feel like they have to show their bodies just to be noticed. And I really notice it with women in my age group and younger. They can be selling real estate, but in the same time, you look at their Instagram, all you see are booty pics. And I'm like, are we selling real estate?
Are we doing real estate?
Or booty? What? Yeah,
Right.
And
What are we selling?
And to be
What are we selling?
to them, right? It's not
Yes.
their fault. It's what they've been forced into. It's what they feel they need to do in order to get the likes, the subscribers, the shares, and all these other various things. But I think it's problematic, as Angel said, and we need to get away from that.
Love it, love it. Lisa Marie, what are your thoughts with regards to our topic of discussion and how the media and entertainment industry are portraying women in general?
Well, I agree with everyone, and for a variety of reasons. A, because women, I believe, like you guys said, have always kind of been used to sell, things or to give off a certain type of idea. So in certain cases where you might want to buy a Coke or a burger. I remember they had a Hardee's ad where there was this girl and she was just like in this tight bikini and she's like eating this burger. And I remember thinking to myself, would we not buy the burger if the girl dressed sexy wasn't eating it? And
Right.
for me, it sparks a lot of questions because I have a daughter that's 9. So she's 9 years old. And with social media being like the biggest thing out there, I have to kind of make sure that she has the confidence that she needs, more so than even my parents had to do for me, because there's so many things that will compromise her identity. Like, oh, I have to, because I see this on TikTok, this is what I have to do. I have to, do this challenge. I have to, wear these shorts. And in this case, while they're having these ideas, that, oh, this gives me validation, then they're still attracting predators. They're still opening themselves up to a range of things that they have no idea. So while we're putting these ideas out there while they're putting these ideas out there for even the little children to see, they're not backing up what comes behind it, by you portraying yourself in that way. So that's, just some of, the thoughts that I have on it, but I probably can speak on this forever because personally, I think that even I was victimized for even the way that I might have come off, with the clothes and stuff, or with my hair, with my makeup. And a lot of that is just trying to fit in, trying to be with the Joneses and stuff. And that's not what's necessary always. So that's a message that we definitely need to get out to you.
Dr. Kim, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's been said, right? And you can definitely hear know what the common thread is that it's being able to portray us in a way that's derogatory, right? And that's the bottom line. But the question is, who is doing this? The question is, when it's put out,
Mm-hmm.
they go by the responses. They go by what they see that is the end thing for that time, or what is, whatever the favorite thing is to do at that time. So it goes back to what kind of world are we really living in right now, right? What kind of morals and values are being taught right now? And that's not even getting into, I'm not talking about a religious thing. I'm talking about just basic, having respect, right?
Right.
I'm
Right.
talking about basic having respect. What's going on, because they will say that sex sells, right? And everything that you say, and the reason why I say that is because you talk to advertisement, because I used to be in marketing and advertising, and you talk to that industry. The first thing they will tell you, Madison Avenue, Madison Avenue is known as the advertising, world, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will tell you that's why they do it. But who dictates that? So customers dictate that, responses dictate that, followers dictate that, how many views you have dictate that, all the things even Sarisa was talking about with TikTok and all these other things, and it dictates that. So that's us. And when I say us, I mean the world, right? So
Right.
even as women, what are we teaching? How is it coming across, and what do we need to do that to move forward in a positive way? And so to me, that's how I look at it, because it's like, okay, all the things that everybody said is true, but it's like, okay, but it's the customer and the clientele that's just driving it. So what are we doing?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that specifically, but I want to take it a little step further with regards to how the media and the entertainment industry. This was a general question. Now I'm taking it specific. How do they portray us women in the corporate world? When there's a corporate situation and a woman is just being, in the media, entertainment, whatever, how are they portraying us? Because I have my thoughts on that, but I would like to start with you, Risa. Tell us what are your thoughts with regards to how they're portraying women in the corporate world?
In the corporate world, I think women are still not given their true value. Even if you look at the statistics of how women are paid versus a man doing the same job and probably working harder doing the job because she feels as though she needs to prove herself, right? Again, it's still the same thread, the same common thread. It just comes out differently. It just comes across differently. Instead of being objectified for sex, now you're being objectified for your work, right?
Okay,
Because
so
we
let,
don't
let, let me rephrase the question, because
Okay.
it's only pertaining to how the entertainment and media industry is portraying us. Because that's, girl, we got a whole other show for that other
I was
question.
going to say we hit on that on another show. But
That's the
yeah,
next
yeah.
show. Be a panelist on that next show I do, because that we'll talk about that. But this one is
Yeah.
just particular because what we see is supposed to be, somewhat reflective of society. But how do you think they portray us when they show women in a corporate position in a movie, so to speak?
Okay. They always portray the woman. I'm trying to think of a better word, but the word that came to me is almost a ball buster, so to speak, or a woman who is, very aggressive and very, in the masculine energy. A
Yeah.
woman who doesn't know her place, so to speak, or she steps on everyone's toes to get where she wants to go instead of just going with the flow and, just doing what everyone else is doing, so to speak.
Right.
She has to, poke her chest out and be above confident into arrogant.
Gotcha. Love it. Love it. Lisa Marie, what are your thoughts with regards to how the media and the entertainment industry portrays women when it comes to their role in, say, a corporate position?
Well, I believe that women have kind of had this stamp when it comes to being in a corporate position as, I want to kind of piggyback off of what Sarisa said, just kind of like
but I want to add like being the lonely Black woman, if
Right.
you would. When she was talking, I was just thinking about some movies that I saw, like Think Like a Man, for example. And in these movies, like, you always see this one stereotype where there's this woman that if she is successful, then it is hard for her to find a man. She can't find no man. She can't.
I'm sorry. We gotta drop the mic on that one.
I know.
We gotta drop the mic on
I
that
haven't
one,
either.
Rochelle.
I only got
We
2
have
minutes.
this thing.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
We have this thing where we drop the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So that's a mic drop right there.
Yeah, that's a mic drop.
It's so crazy. I always think about that.
Definitely.
All right,
on.
Lisa Marie, continue, girl.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's just, it's really crazy because, like, even for me personally, like, when I transitioned from being like wanting to be like in the entertainment industry, you know, or even just being like a regular like work at home mom, you know, things like that, to being an entrepreneur, it took a lot of my time. You know, I had to spend a lot of time away from my relationship. You know, my work was like my baby. And in that case, I even would joke with my kids, like, well, you know, eventually, I guess it's just going to be me by myself, just me with my work. Y'all probably going to leave me, because of that type of stereotype that the media gives you, that if you dedicate yourself to a position that will elevate you as a Black woman, then you have to lose something. You have to either lose your family, or you can't have a relationship, or just something is not going to work out. So you have to basically choose one or the other. And that, I think, is the biggest thing when it comes to for me, when it comes to the media and women in corporate positions.
Okay, Angel, tell us your thoughts with regards to what are your feelings of how the media is portraying us in a corporate role in.
Yeah, well, I think Risa and Lisa Marie both hit it very well. And, you know, the words that come to me is bitch on wheels, right? You know, we are portrayed as the bitch on wheels if we're in a corporate situation. But the kind of the subtlety of this, Rochelle, that I see is whenever I think of a movie where there's like a corporate scene, it's still overwhelmingly men in the boardroom, and one or two, or, you know, a significantly lower percentage of women, and even significantly lower percentage of women of color. So it's like what we were saying before about what Dr. Kim was saying about, you know, what kind of a culture are we creating? It's really this chicken and egg thing where if we think about entertainment is actually, it used to be called programming. Right. And it actually is programming. It's programming the culture, right? And so if the culture buys into the programming, you know, where is the leverage point where we can create the change? And I would agree also with Lisa Marie that there is this portrayal of having to be self-sacrificing. Like, if you do want to be successful, you cannot have it all, is one way that it's portrayed in the media. But then the other way it's portrayed in the media is you can have it all. And what's missing is that it will freaking kill you to try and do that, to try and balance all of, you know, your life, your family, your self-care with elevating yourself up the corporate ladder. And if you try to have it all, you know, what they don't share is the fallout on the back end.
Right. Thank you. Dr. Kim, what are your thoughts with regards to this?
Well, just, I mean, like, I've been enjoying this, hearing the conversation, because I agree with all of it, right? I think it's exactly right. But immediately when Lisa Marie started talking about the movies, I was like, okay, she took me there. But then I'm gonna date myself and say the baby boom. The baby boom is a movie. And I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but go look it up. But she had a relationship and had everything going. And the man she had a relationship with had all, you know, he was together and he was the top where he was. And then she ended up inheriting this, one of a family member, I think it was a family member or a girlfriend or somebody's baby, because they got killed in a car accident. She inherits the baby, and the man is like, you know, she's steady trying to go up in the, and she's already at the top, but she's going to go up further. And all of a sudden, she gets this baby and starts playing the motherly role. And all of a sudden, she's not asked to come to the meetings anymore. She's not asked to be a part of the big decision. She's not asked and says, well, you're kind of busy, so we're going to let Tom handle this. And I mean, you just got to watch the movie, and it plays out the same role. And even though it's an older movie, but it's the same role, and she ends up by herself. Okay. Right. But she ends up afterwards balancing it out and end up with somebody after you get somebody who had a balance and understood with a different mindset. And I think that's where it comes to, is that it depends on who you're dealing with, if they have a different mindset. And that also changes it up even in the media. And I think Angel said it well, programming is the key, because be careful so that we aren't programmed.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. You know, it's interesting. When I was a little girl, one of my favorite, and I'm dating myself, Angel, you probably know, but one of my favorite shows to watch was Marlo Thomas and That Girl.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And yes, Marlo Thomas and That Girl instilled in me so many things. One, I love the clothes. I was a little bitty girl. I loved the clothes. So, of course, I wanted to always dress real pretty. Two, she lived in New York City. So I wanted to go to New York City. When I grew up, I was telling everybody I'm going to go to New York City. And she was a model. And so I wanted to be a model.
Look how well you were programmed.
Yeah. Okay. I had been to New York many, many times, and I did model. But the point of what Angel said, it was programming. I was little, but I didn't know that what was happening. So if you think about the stuff these kids or these young women are watching today, that is not only on TV, but all the stuff we don't know they watching on social media. Think about how much programming is going into them. Now, there was one thing that I also got from Marlo Thomas's show, was she was a woman that was confident and utilized her own mind to make the decisions, no matter whether her daddy thought it was right, or Donald Hollinger thought it was right, or whoever. Her boyfriend in the show. I'm really dating myself.
Exactly.
But
that's okay.
I can't remember her daddy's name. But she was confident enough to be, whatever decision she made. And so I inherit that. Was really confident, outspoken little girl, still am. But it was the programming. You think of shows like I Love Lucy and
Mary Tyler Moore. The Mary Tyler Moore show.
So Mary Tyler Moore took it.
Look, Teresa's like, what?
But those of us that was there, we know. So
I get it.
Very interesting when I think about my granddaughters and just the younger generation. I'm saddened because they're being programmed and they don't have an opportunity to even utilize the capacity of their own mind, because everything that's coming into their mind is being fed to them externally. And so it's pretty sad, but we can control it, and we can take back control, ladies. We can allow our young ladies to understand the value that they have. Now, I want to, let me hurry up. I want to ask you this. Okay, last question probably is, do you believe that the stereotypes portrayed in the media dictate to women how they should act, or are they a reflection of how women are acting in today's society? And we'll go back to you, Angel, with the start off on that one. Keep it tight and quick for us.
I really feel like it is programming. It really is programming. And part of the work that we all have to do who are aware, right? Those of us who are aware, it's our work to be offering alternative programming. And alternative programming that's grounded in morals and values.
That was another mic drop.
Yes,
that's real stuff right there. Yes. Okay, sorry, Angel, go ahead.
That's okay. Alternative programming that's grounded in values and morals of what we actually want to create. Those of us who are, we're programming right now, right? Yes. What we're doing right now is we are actually putting a program out there that says we disagree with the way the entertainment industry is portraying women. We don't like what our younger generations are consuming. and we want to offer alternatives that you can actually be who you are without turning yourself into a pretzel to conform to impossible standards that are being portrayed as the ideal by media and entertainment.
Gotcha. Love it. Love it. Okay, Ressa, tell us real quickly your thoughts.
Yes.
Are we being dictated, or is it a reflection of?
I believe we're being dictated. I agree with Angel. And I do think it is our responsibility to take back the narrative and push it out there, right? Take back the narrative and change the programming. And we can do that one step at a time, one lady at a time, one person at a time. So,
Okay.
yes, I completely agree. It is being dictated to us. We're just reflecting back what the standard is.
Gotcha. Lisa Marie, real quickly, what are your thoughts?
Definitely being dictated. If you just look at generations of people, even just millennials, for example, a lot of times we are a reflection of what we learned growing up. And even looking at the new generation, they are dressing exactly like the things that they put out there for our kids to see. So, like all of you guys said, if we start to reprogram, and take all of these things that they've put in our children's head and even in our heads and replace them with factual, and more progressive information, then we definitely have a better chance at being a better reflection of our own selves.
I love it. Dr. Kim, what are your
Well, I
thoughts?
know we're down to the wire. I just say, I echo everything the ladies are saying. We need to take it back. It's time to take it back. And we can do that by encouraging and helping one another so that we can have more followers, more everything else, and pushing it out. And because what we follow and what we do and the trends that we start is what's going to catch on. So let's start a trend, but let's start it new.
I love it. All right, ladies. Well, there we are. We see the time goes by really fast, and we have some really perplexing conversations here that really are all about us women and how we can ebb and flow much better in society, and how we can actually get the male species to recognize what they're dealing with. Right? We are all unstoppable women, and when we unite and come together, ooh, they better watch out because we're going to change some things, but we got to do it. And this is a step in that process forward to do that. So, Dr. Kim, I want to let you, as you always do it to me, girl, tag. I want to let you close us out with some final thoughts for tonight's show.
Well, first of all, just thank you everybody for joining us. Community out there, community is going to be listening, community is going to be watching, that are watching, and panelists, special thank you for just joining Real Talk. We love it because the conversations are always entertaining and interesting and informative. You're going to get something out of it. So subscribe, because more to come, more great things are coming. And watch for us because we're going to take it back. And we're going to make it a new trend.
All righty, there you have it, everyone. You have been enjoying the conversation here on Real Talk. Us ladies talking about how the media and entertainment industry reflects us, how they project us, how we are viewed in that industry, and how it's time to take it back. Now, I did want to jump in and say something about the Kardashians, but we'll have to do that for another show.
We were on
That
the same.
that's probably a show
okay.
by itself.
Next time.
Because that's
so
for
stay
real,
tuned.
for real. So stay
tuned. Yes.
Subscribe. If you love the show, share it with everybody. And please subscribe. I'm Rochelle Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, and Dr. Kim Barbara Brown, and our panelists, Angel, Sarisa, and Lisa Marie. We say good night and take good care. Be unstoppable, ladies. Bye.